Hello and welcome to this episode of No Blasters with me, Kieran Bartlett. I very nearly said Kieran Bartlett with me, No Blasters. Mental. I might start doing that. Sort of Bruce Forsyth Bruce. I can't even say it. Nice to see you nice, all that, you know. Fuck up twank. Right. Today's guest, the fabulous Diona Doherty, all the way from Derry.
Well, there now, I just came from Kiltonga Industrial Estate.
Kiltonga. In Newton Arts.
Which sounds like it should be like
more exotic.
Okay, I'm glad you said it like that, because I was going to be way more specific and possibly offensive, so we'll just go with exotic.
Exotic. Fanta exotic, a weird drink. No, anyway, today's episode sponsored by Manscaped. What has happened?
What is? Have you had a stroke?
Today's episode sponsored by Manscaped and Fujifilm Color. Hyundai. I'm doing Eurosport sponsors. That's what I'm doing now. Fuck! Today's episode.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Is sponsored by Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com provide the ultimate experience in male below the belt grooming. We are talking about shaving the bag. We are talking about shaving the sweat lines. We're talking about wiping up after yourself. We're talking about making it smell nice, making it look nice, housekeeping for your most inner sanctum. Great words I'm using here. Now, what would I say?
I learned what a scrotum was last week.
A ball bag.
It's the same thing as a ball bag. It was a different bit.
It's literally the science word for.
I was changing my son's nappy and I was like, God, his big ball bag's red, and Sean was all, a scrotum. I think you find it was what it is, and I was all, wow.
I would always call it a ball bag, but anyway, like not if you're doing like a science test, but apart from that,
you're just writing down your teacher's name.
Yeah,
Mr. Ballbag.
Yeah. So Manscaped.com. I would highly recommend going over there and purchasing a lot of items such as the Lawnmower 5.0, the Weed Whacker for your ears and nose. I would highly recommend the Hedger and Handyman. So one does lines, one does beard. You can use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word NOBLASTERS, the number 20, all one word, NOBLASTERS20. 20% off and free shipping. We love them. They love us. OG sponsors. Manscaped.com. Now, I want to tell you about our Patreon over at patreon.com/NoBlasters. This is the home of all our additional content. It's refreshed multiple times a week. You get a whole podcast called No Blasters Extra Time on a Thursday. You get updates on gigs. You get all the comedy specials that we've done.
Kieran weed whacks live on it.
I do. I will do some live weed whackings. Occasionally, I will break out the handyman and go to town on
That's
the route.
just our Kev. He's just the handyman.
Yeah. And let me also tell you about the show I'm doing in the Opera House. This is the Grand Opera House this year, 23rd of September to the 20th. 2 shows on the 27th, 2 shows on the 28th, 8 shows in 6 days. I'm absolutely not daunted or freaking out about it at all. The show's called The Phantom of the Opera House. It's very specific to the Opera House, this show. Lots of musical comedy, lots of rudeness. It's the darkest, dirtiest show I've ever done. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Posh guy doing a matinee?
Posh?
Posh guy? Matinee's a very posh thing.
Am I posh? I'm not doing a matinee. No. I'm doing an early show and a late show.
It's still considered a matinee. It's in the theatre.
Look at Diona.
It's a 5 p.m.
What?
It'll be a 5 p.m. show, is it?
No, it's like I think I'm doing like a 7 and a 9 or something.
Oh, that is not a matinee.
Do you know what?
Can't do a matinee when your kids are in bed.
See, it wasn't a matinee. No need to be interrupted, really. And then and it's going to be a great show anyway. So get your tickets now at goh.co.uk into this podcast. So we were just talking about your Edinburgh show that you have coming up. Yeah. So this is Got MILF.
Got MILF. Yeah. It's a shortened version of Got MILF. I'm doing 45 minutes. The show's an hour here.
You described this as a...
Coward's hour.
I find that the word card, is a terrible word for our accent.
Aye.
As is the name Howard.
Yeah.
Hard.
See, Sean, my husband, says owl, like owl, and it turns me. Every time he says it, I am like 1 day closer to divorcing you now.
Like,
that's disgusting.
He would go, like, say you were saying he's an owl bastard. Sean would go, he's an owl bastard.
Yeah. Well, no, because I meant the bird.
Oh,
like an owl.
Oh, owl, right. Where did you say owl? And I thought you were doing like colloquial old.
Old? No, I'm talking about the nocturnal bird.
Yeah.
He would say owl. We often talk about owls.
What does he call a towel?
A towel. He's from Lurgan.
I've heard Shane talking about towel. Towel.
That's what I say, towel.
See, I say towel.
I know. Accents will do that, do you?
And Shane also refers to toweling off, which is a phrase I would never use. To dry. I would just say I'm drying myself.
Toweling
I would
off
never
is a
say
bit
I'm
weird.
toweling off. Toweling off sounds like you're using a towel
To do a wank.
maybe choke yourself.
It sounds like sports guys mentality. It sounds like locker room chat.
Doesn't it?
Sounds like that guy's been in a football team before, and he was the only person at that time who didn't know what toweling off meant, and everyone was saying it, and then he started saying it to be cool.
I mean, I've been in football teams, not many successful ones to be fair, but I've been in teams, and I would have been the guy. I'd have probably been the guy who was more than happy to go home and wash bag at home. Rather than let's just drop the bag here in the middle.
Aren't people mad?
I wasn't Manscaped in those days. But now, no bother.
Would you no bother now?
No.
I've never understood why people are so happy to be naked.
I used to fucking hate after PE. I still even hate the notion of this. In PE in school, you're already awkward as fuck. You're 14, 15. You're at the most awkward point in your life where you're not really an adult, you're not really a child. You're like a wee fucking...
Britney said it best.
Right? And what did Britney say? Oh,
I'm not a girl,
woman.
but not yet a woman.
Yeah. Crossroads, right? So you're at the wee...
That was Blazing Squad.
Yeah. You're at the wee crossroads, and then society goes, do you know what you need right now?
Pubes.
Run around and then get naked with all these... Society, yeah. Society goes, run around, play football a wee bit, and then get naked in front of everybody that's in your maths class.
Yeah.
Mental.
Oh, the worst.
Mental.
The worst part of PE in school is when they I don't know why they did it, but they invented the bleep test and decided that everyone had to partake.
Bloop.
Like, why?
Now, a little faster.
We should not judge a fish on how well it can climb a tree. And I was not supposed to do the bleep test. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wasn't a great bleeper. Have I told the bleep test story on here? I definitely used to do it a wee bit and stand up about the bleep test where the girls were all meant to be going swimming. I'll do it dead quick. I'm not gonna stand up a fad or anything, but like the girls were all meant to be going to the swimmers and the bus didn't come for them. Mm-hmm. So the girls came in and watched us do our bleep test.
Oh, the extra pressure.
Yeah, mate. I nearly blacked myself out. I tried harder.
That is what will set apart the virgins from the non-virgins.
Well,
this is what
it's weird
your
how
virginity depends on.
Your brain tells you, like, if I do my normal bleep test of say 25,
I'm a virgin till 6th year.
I'm fucked forever.
Yeah.
By being unfucked forever, right?
Yeah.
And then if I can take myself, a wee bit further along, like if I can beat the asthmatics, I'm doing all right here.
Some girl on the wee benches at the side will go, okay, he's a gimp, but he's fast. I'll ride him.
Yeah. Somebody will go, he tries. God loves a trier. Oh, mate, I think I actually did get up to about 50 at the end of the bleep test, and I did beat several people who normally would beat me. And it was a PB.
I always had my period during the bleep test. I was like, sorry, menstruating.
Did they ever,
prove it?
I know. What? Did they make you? Did they ever make you?
Produce a sanitary towel?
No, but did they ever make you or did they ever go? You were on it 2 weeks ago, or?
And you're like, I'm a regular. I'm being seen for it. I've got cysts.
Fuck's sake! Oh my god, I've got cysts. This is
a simple 14-year-old me would be like, yeah, I'm pregnant. So what? Like, that's not how it works.
We lads don't have that. You've just got you've maybe 2 missed gears and 2 notes in the year if you're gonna dock out of PE.
Missed gear, yeah.
I'm a gear.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
in the
it.
house.
But then sometimes what they would do, if you tried, because I saw this happen to people in our school, where you would go, I've left my football boots in the house. You've got your gear.
Yeah.
I've left my football boot. Get into the Wonder Box, sir. Go over to
Lost and found.
a box of shite, and you're going out there in a rugby boot and a geisha slipper, like, you know what I mean, just fucking straight out.
The best best way to approach something like that, but is to seem like you are as equally annoyed about it as they are. You have to go to the teacher and go, oh, I can't do the bleep test now.
I'm so annoyed. I want to know where I stand athletically.
What are we going to do, Mr. Ballbag?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like I did that one time when I got stopped for speeding. And at this stage, I genuinely didn't know. Do you know what happened, right? I was driving home from Glasgowbury. Do you remember Glasgowbury Festival?
Yeah.
And I had just started, I was going with Sean about a year. Sean, and do you remember Phil McEwen?
Yeah.
They were both in the car, and they had both were drinking. So I was driving and not drinking, obviously. And we were driving down this really like big, wide road, and you know where speed becomes not a thing.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's a massive road. Obviously, I'm doing 120.
Yeah.
So I think I was doing like 85 or something, driving down this road, and the police, when they eventually got me to stop. I remember the guy coming to the door, and I was genuinely shocked, but I played up on it, and I was all, officer, what's going on? And he was like, we've been following you for 2.5 miles. He was like, with the thing on. And I had like the music up, Sugar Babes on. I was like, I hadn't heard them, and he pulled me in, and I had to do the whole, like I was like near to tears going, I can't believe I did that. I am so sorry. That's bad behaviour on my behalf. I am not happy with myself right now. And then they let me away with it. And I didn't get a ticket. And I've done it again since.
Women are more likely to get away with it. Do you know
I did have my tits out as well.
Here, I tried to get mine out when I was on the way to Kenmure a couple of times ago and got fucking caught.
You were going where?
Down to Kenmure.
Who's Kenmure?
No, it's a place down in Kerry. Kenmure. Who is he?
I genuinely thought he was a country star.
No, we were heading down to Kerry and I got caught speeding there. Like, can't remember how many times. Was that in February or something? I got caught speeding, and yeah, I mean, I ended up doing that, you know, the course, the fucking...
Yes, I've done that.
Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? The guy doing the course, and then it's all like, you're not allowed all these rules.
Yeah,
that are
not allowed kids in the room.
Not allowed anybody else in the room. Not allowed a blurred background. And some woman had her background blurred, and the guy goes, you know, whoever, can you unblur your background, please? You're actually not allowed that. And she goes, is it okay if I just keep it blurred? And he goes, no, you're actually not allowed that. I think I just said that. You can do the course again if you want. It's all like this
Her
immediate.
wallpaper's just dicks, that's why.
Yeah, she unblurred it, and she was lying in her bed. And genuinely, there was like stuff like along the back of her headboard. It was just like, you know, here's like a pair of cacks and a fucking pair of socks and like fucking like, you know, like a roll-on deodorant or something. You're just like,
tidy up your background.
Just let her blur it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could tell she was at a wall. Put it that way. So it's not like she's blurred it in the cafe or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going, who gives a fuck? And the amount of questions that are like, guys, how many of us have, you know, rushed to get somewhere? Show of hands. And you're just like...
I know.
And you put your hand up and he's like, guys, if we can actually do the show of hands just with the little hands on Zoom. And you're like... just losing it. Oh, mate, so
I did it as well.
I didn't mean that to be so violent.
I did it this time last year when my son Rocky was about a month old, right? So I was breastfeeding him, so he had to be in the room with me. And your guy was like, and I like, you could hear the baby every now and then, and he was like, you're not allowed to have a baby in the room. And there was a girl there in the room, and she was like, every now and then, definitely talking to someone behind the cat. Do you know, like a hostage?
Yeah.
Do you know, she was like, there's nobody here, and then she would look and be all... like talking, like mouthing to someone behind her. She was a full hostage. And then there was a girl on there who had like 18, she's like Von Trapp family, like all of the kids from her street were in her room, and they were all making noise and playing, and I never said anything to her, and I had to get rid of my 4-week-old.
That's mental.
I was breastfeeding. And then whenever you write answers, it's like, do you know, like someone needs, like, you know, if you have a hostage, you have to hold like today's newspaper up beside their head.
Yeah.
You have to write the answers down with a marker on a piece of paper and hold it up to prove you're paying attention.
They made us do that too.
It's grim.
Turn your... Can everybody lift your notebooks and just turn them around? I just want to read these. I'm like, your life, dude.
They've no banter.
You're doing another one of these after this, and the level of... It's the level of crack that you would get out of like a business studies teacher.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Guys, today we're going to be learning about assets.
Yeah, it's they've the work.
You fucking jump off this mobile, you can't. Oh mate, I hated it. I hated that. But I've never gotten away with it. I also got done one time. I got done one time for being on my phone now, I need to say this. The traffic was going so slowly that this policeman was able to walk over and knock my window and go, and I went, yeah, sorry, I'll put it away. And he's like, can you pull in over there? And I was like,
That's like 12 points or something.
and I think it was like 3. I put it in. They can give you more.
Give you, like, all
they can give
the
you,
points?
yeah. And I put it in. This was years ago. I put it in, and I actually said to him, I went, this is sort of your discretion, isn't it? Because I don't have any points. And he went, yeah. And I went, is there any chance? Like I says, I will not do it again. He just went, no.
I know.
And I was like, dude, you could be sound to me. And I was like, what about now?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you like that? Do you? And he went, no. And I went, right.
But you know, whenever, like, they're obviously just, like, trying to keep the road safe, and that's absolutely fine. But, you know, like, I have been caught a few times. So then you actually got caught on the way down here one time. On the way down here to record a podcast. And it was only do, like, 4 or 5 miles over. But they're sneaky bastards, too, because they just send it to your house. Like, nobody stops you.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no, there's nobody to shout at. And I had to send off my license to get points on it. And literally, it was like, send it off. The information was like, send it off to Banbridge. And I was like, where?
Yeah.
And then he phoned somebody and they were like, just send it to the court. So I literally put my license into an envelope and wrote down, like, the court, Banbridge, and just sent it off. And I've never seen it again. That was 3 years ago. All my life, I've never seen it again. And I don't even know if I have those points.
See the time I got caught with the guy knocking on the window, I had to take mine to a police station to get it endorsed, I think.
Yeah.
And they treat you there as if, or rather, I was treated there. I'm not going to say they do this all the time. But they treated me as if I was like
Dealer.
Carlos the Jackal, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this about, Mr. Bartlett? And I went, it's Dr. Bartlett.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not sure what it is, Constable. And he went, see your sergeant? And I went, no, he's talking about your constable on your beard.
But do you?
It's this guy.
Yeah.
I said sergeant though in the middle of that, which
You
is
did.
annoying. So.
Maybe he was a star.
Oh, that's good. He's a good sergeant. He's a sergeant.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, I'm
Good
doing
save.
45 minutes at the Fringe.
Right.
And
Well, and tell me what's a cards are? I've never heard that
Cards
phrase.
Hour is a thing that people do the year before they do a full hour when they're not good enough yet.
But you could just do the hour-long show.
Oh, I know, but this is the thing, right? Do you know the way every year at the Fringe there's the newcomer nominations?
Yeah.
So there's criteria for that.
Right.
The criteria being that you has to be your first full hour at the Fringe,
Right. Okay.
and that you can't be selling venues above 500 seaters
Right.
on your tour,
Right. Okay.
right? So my agents are putting all of their eggs in the nomination basket, which I think they do with every one of their acts when
Right.
they go to the first time at the Fringe.
Right.
So they, instead of being all to me, yeah, let's do your full show this year, they went, let's wait another year. They were
Right,
just like,
okay.
there's like Sarah Millican did it where she was going to do her full hour and then they were like, just do 45 and get another year behind you and then do your full hour next year. So I can't wait to next year to go and do the full hour and
Right.
obviously not get nominated and then be like, using their sample. So basically that's why I'm only doing 45 minutes. Also another reason is because I don't want to do the full Fringe this year because my kids are so away. I don't want to be away for a month.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the full one next year?
Yes, but I'll bring them.
Right. Okay.
They'll come and Sean will come over as
Well,
well.
the good thing about doing the Fringe and bringing kids with you is that you'll never be stressed out or melted when you're there.
No, they'll heighten the experience.
Yeah. I just mate.
They'll flyer for me.
I don't think I will ever be back for a full run ever.
It's
There you go.
really, really
That's why you
difficult.
should come see me in the Grand Opera House.
Yeah. If you're from Edinburgh, fly over and see me in the Opera House.
Yeah.
It's intense, isn't it?
Yeah, it was intense.
Do you feel like you gained anything from it?
I gained a terrible illness that's still ongoing, so there's that. Do you know what I did gain?
Mono.
I gained great knowledge of the takeaway scene in Edinburgh.
Yes.
I gained we had a couple of really lovely days in places outside Edinburgh, which are like core memories now. So like we went to a place called Thurlaston and went to like a big house there, like a big castle,
Yeah.
and it was class. And we went to Rosslyn Castle, which is
Yeah.
the Rosslyn Chapel. Sorry.
So you only visit castles.
The Rosslyn Chapel.
First Tato spoiled you.
And that's it. Like Carrickfergus.
Yeah.
Dundrum. The what do you call it? The one Rosslyn Chapel is like an old, like from the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, like an old Templar church. Like, so that was fucking great.
If you say about the takeaway scene in Edinburgh, so I did my work in progress show in Monkey Barrel there, which was great.
Which Monkey Barrel range, you know?
Which room?
No, just like it's in the main Monkey Barrel.
Yeah. Like there about 3 weeks ago, and I went round the corner afterwards, and I saw a burrito place, and I said, "I'll get a burrito." And Boojum's ruined me because they're the best burritos of all time. I went down there, and I got a burrito, took one bite out of it, and I was like, "This is absolutely fucking stinking."
Red sauce.
It's red sauce didn't even save this one.
Yeah.
And I was all, I need to leave this place and dump this because I can't put the full thing in their bin.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, what happened there? I just paid about £13 for it as well. So I walked out and I spotted right opposite them a pizza place. So I had to go outside and just like bin their burrito, and then they have all these glass front like windows, and they watched me walk into the pizza place across the street, and it was one of them like buy the slice. So you walk out, it's not even concealed, it's like the slice is in your hand. So I just walked out going fuck it, and the usings are stinking, and I went and had pizza.
I love
so
that you were trying to save them by not putting it in their bin, and then just went, I will walk across here in full view of you.
Yeah.
To get this.
And then I also Instagrammed it the whole time. I was like, these guys are stinking.
So there's a good. Do you want some recs? Do you want some recommends? So, and this is in no order, by the way. Near Monkey Barrel, but up the worst walk of a street you'll ever do in your life. It's awful. Have you been to this place? Wings.
Wings.
I know that road. Yeah.
That fucking street.
Is it chicken wings?
Do you know what they do? Yeah, so they'll do chicken wings, but they do all different wee chicken 30s, and they have about 1 million sauces you can choose.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. It's not that dear. And what I would highly recommend though is being on the Golden Mile. Isn't that what it's called?
No, the Royal Mile.
The Royal Mile. I always call it the Golden Mile. Is that
I thought
Vegas?
you were making a joke and I didn't get it,
No,
but I was
always
waiting
call
for
it
other
that.
people to get it before I call you out.
I always go, no, it is Golden and not Royal. Anyway, right, so be on the Royal Mile.
It's the Republican in you, just like...
Is the Golden Mile in Vegas?
I think you're thinking about the Green Mile.
What's the Golden Mile?
I don't... The Golden Gate Bridge?
No. Am I making the Golden Mile up?
It's a stretch of the Dublin Road in Belfast.
What?
Great Victoria Street, Bradbury Place, University Road.
Never heard of that.
What could be more golden than loads of burnt out buildings?
Yeah, than Bradbury Pass.
No. Great Victoria Street. Do you know the only thing that's worth visiting around there? Comic book guys, friends of the show. Now, anyway, I love in there. Now, what was I on about? So be on the Royal Mile, and sat nav to there. So you walk down the hill a wee bit. See if you try to walk up it, it's hurtful. Mm-hmm. You're laughing at me, Dan. I am talking about the steepest, worst cobblestone street you've ever. The cobbles are all up out of it now. It's a fucking shit show. And see if it's been raining.
Some people would describe that as charming.
No.
And you're like, it's alarming.
There's two streets that have things that are worth visiting on it, but are awful streets. So that's one of them. Another one is Niddry Street, which has some great venues on it, but stinks of like the worst death ever. Like, it's so grim.
That's all the comedians dying on stage.
It smells like it smells like you've bought a pork shoulder, left it to go off, and then cut into the bag and gone. Like, it's absolutely rancid. It's like it's like a pickup truck filled with old dirty genitals. Now, it's disgusting. There's patient all everywhere. Anyway,
no, saying that Edinburgh is gorgeous.
There's some bits of it are absolutely phenomenal. So here's other places I'd recommend. Redbox. You fancy a wee build-it-yourself Chinese?
Yes.
Redbox. You fancy...
I can't believe you remember all the names.
You fancy a very dirty dessert?
Do you know the way...
Haute Dolce.
Do you know the way you see kids go on the Ellen DeGeneres show and they can name like all the states by the time they're 3?
I have that.
Your talent is to remember all the takeaways in different cities.
Do you know what my thing was when I was a kid? I could look, and it's changed now, I've forgotten some of them, but I could look at pretty much any flag in the world and tell you what country it was.
Could you?
Because we had an encyclopedia and I just memorised it. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you 3.
Really?
Oh, geography is my worst.
Now I would have to go back a wee bit, because there's like loads of new nations now.
Yeah.
But like when I was a kid, mate, you wanted to know like nations that don't even exist anymore. Yugoslavia, I'll tell you.
I tried so hard to learn the alphabet back to front.
But you already know
like
it.
last year.
You already know it back to front.
No, I don't. You know the alphabet back to front.
Not as fast as I know it forwards, but you know, if you know it forwards, you know it back to front. No. It's like Schrodinger's cat, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
it can be both things.
I don't think so.
Not really a great example.
Try it then.
I'll probably fuck this up.
You'd have to say the last.
ZYX. It's very difficult after that.
See?
Yeah, ZYX. WVU.
TS.
R.
R. Q. P. O. M. M. L.
K. J.
E. F.
J.
K.
I. H. F.
No, G. G.
F. This is what we're doing on this podcast.
F.
E. D. C.
C. B. A.
CBA is a good one. Can't be ours.
So, if you were like in a talent contest and that's how we delivered that back to front, we would not place.
No, we wouldn't. No place.
Bare
No,
all
you're not-
G, G, F,
Yeah.
F, K.
I'm going like this. You're not getting on the podium. No,
See, it's hard to do it.
it is hard. But you already know it though.
Well, you're right in that sense, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
But
mean?
I want to know it fast and
You want to
impressively.
be able to go like, yeah, you're ABC, like ABCD.
Yeah, because I always think about, do you know, like, if
People
you
used to
get,
compete
do you know, if
to
you
do-
really hit the big time and you're like Jimmy Fallon, like, what are you going to offer him?
What am I going to offer, Fallon?
What could you offer Fallon?
Singing like Shirley Bassey, but we're doing that on a future episode, so you'll
Oh,
have.
wow.
You'll have
I love the way you were like, I'm saving that for a better guest, so it's fine.
oh no, you'll have to wait for next week's episode.
I wanted to offer him the back to front alphabet.
I was
Or,
gonna say, please get there. Jimmy, this is a bit back to front, but I'm offering it. So,
but there are some people who go on guests who go on shows like that, and they're always like, oh, I heard you can know 3 flags,
do you know
and
what-
then they
do you know
make
what-
him.
Do you know what I could offer him? I could offer him Harry Potter impressions. Now, I've offered those almost too many times on this
Yeah,
podcast,
yeah.
but I could offer him.
I only
I
know
could act.
all of the Harry Potter characters now through you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Give us.
What could I offer Fallon? What other
Well,
could I offer
Cara
any speeches?
Delevingne went on before and just cracked a bottle of beer open with her mouth, and that's all. I've been doing that since I was 12.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
not.
talent.
To be fair, I wouldn't view it as like a big deal, but I can't do it because I fear. I have this fear that my teeth are like made out of like
Yeah.
boiled sweets. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? And
and
if
they'll
you try
just
to do
crack.
that, I'll lose it.
But you scraped, like the research team scraped the bottom of the
Yeah.
barrel when they were like, what can you do? And she's like, open beer.
I can vaguely act, and I can
Yeah.
be very rich to start with.
Yeah, you could just zoom in on my eyebrows.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
can.
we'll
I
do.
can be generationally wealthy for about 200 years. That's what I can do.
Yeah. What can I give Jimmy?
Yeah,
If all else failed, I would just give him the back to front. Live on air.
I want.
I would be there like, oh, I don't know how to sing, I don't know how to dance, I don't know how to just bum me.
Do you know what I would just bum me? Do you know what I would do? I would say I would reluctantly be like, guys, honestly, I can't really play the guitar, and then whip out
Wah, wah, yeah.
whip out a bit of More Than Words or something a wee bit fiddly.
Yeah.
Something a wee bit.
Oh, no.
Something that's good enough to let you know that there's an ocean of talent beneath the surface.
Do you know what I hate though? Is when they go on and they do those games and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a game," and the guest is like, "What? Or we're gonna do a game?"
know, oh.
And then they're like, "Well, you're gonna sing Twinkle Twinkle," but and then like, different nursery rhymes, but as like different, like singers.
Yeah.
And then it goes like, "Do, do, 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 do," and a wheelie goes out, and they're all like, "Oh my god, I'm so nervous!" And then it
As
goes
if
like,
it's not-
"Twinkle Twinkle" is Shakira, and she's all Ariana Grande's all, "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," and you're all, "You knew, you this prepared."
Yeah. That is funny though. Shakira's funny.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Can't you see I'm 43?
Do Celine Dion singing
Baby, think twice.
no, singing Row 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 Your Boat.
Oh, see, I can't do that. I can only do Celine Dion singing.
I
Celine
know,
Dion.
isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
for the sake of our love, for the memories.
You'd have to do it in that chin, but with the wee bit words, it wouldn't work. Yeah.
And then...
Or maybe they are talented
This
then,
is
because
what
I
I
was
can do.
thinking they were shite.
I can be different. I can be Davis. That's what I can do.
Yeah.
I can just break out. I can break out Celine Dion. I can break out Shakira. Who else can I be? Who's another diva that has a distinctive voice? Mariah. Oh, yeah, she's a fucking melt. I hate her. Whitney. I can do Whitney. I've done Whitney on here before. Haven't I? I have nothing to me. Anyway.
That is the single worst Whitney impression I've ever seen. No harm. Do Christina Aguilera.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Thank you.
Do you ever, she was a judge on like, I don't know.
I have no energy left. Like, I'm going to bed after this.
Okay. No, she was like a judge on like
Chloe's
The Voice.
promised me a back to front.
She was a judge on one of them, and I remember her sitting like, joke somebody who sang, joke people who sing all indie now, and they're like, meh.
Yeah.
And then she was all like, do a bit like a, and she was like, they were like, that's not how I sing, and she was like, do it.
I know, yeah. But
like
it
making
is
them,
melting though, because like a lot of it now is like whisper.
yeah, Billie Eilish effect.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go out there and say the Lana Del Rey effect.
Okay,
I think Billie Eilish is a product of Lana Del Rey.
possibly.
That music melts me. Like Billie Eilish, though, I like some of her songs.
I love that one, the one that's in Barbie.
I don't really know
Was I
that
made
one to be
for?
fair, but didn't she won an Oscar for it, didn't she?
Grammy.
For the song.
Oh no, an Oscar. Yeah,
for the song.
yeah. Unbelievable.
I enjoy. I like Bad Guy. That's a good song.
Do you know who my daughter's big into now? Sugar Babes. She's 3.
Are they doing new music, or
No.
you've got her listening to the
Why would they need to?
the early noughties? But they're back, aren't they? They're reformed.
The OG, Siobhan.
She's
the
back?
ginger Siobhan's back. Mucha Buena and Keisha. What? That's her name, Mucha Buena?
I know, it's just funny when you said.
Mutia. She's back. And then is it Keisha or Kesha? She's back. It's all the three of it. Do you know the ones that were in the original train?
Yeah. No, it's destination.
Yeah. My daughter dances around the living room.
Oh,
Them
wow.
singing About You Now. Best song of all time.
That is a good song to be fair. Cause I know how I feel.
Sean came into me this morning and was like, they're not on tour, but they are playing at Portsmouth
Yesterday,
Festival. And I was like, we're not going to Portsmouth.
Sorry. I'm getting,
Also, as
breaking
a
out
shit
more
impression.
Davis. What about Natasha Bedingfield? Oh, I can give you a bit of Natasha if you want it.
Yeah.
I can give you
I am unready.
yeah, there's the rest is still unwritten. But if I was really giving you it, I'd go for Bruce easily, so be gentle when you handle me.
Is that the one where she's a clown taking off her makeup?
I don't know.
What did David Bedingfield? Oh, I gotta get through this. That's what he did.
Daniel Bedingfield.
Yeah, David.
David Bedingfield. Great free
He's
kick
the
taker
third
and
sibling
singer.
that
Yeah.
never made it.
They do have. I think they have a third sibling who never made it.
But it's like the Jonas Brothers. There's a fourth Jonas Brother.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Imagine being in their family but being not in the band.
Ugly.
Is he ugly?
Has to be a munter. Those three are gorgeous men.
I think one of them might be ugly. I think maybe
Secret ugly?
He's the bridge between the really ugly one and Nick. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Nick is. And the only reason I know Nick is good looking is because Chloe used to have him as her screensaver.
So this is what I'll ask you. As a straight man, can you not look at another man and know if he's good looking?
I don't know. I don't know if they're good looking. I can tell why people would be attracted to them. If you know what I mean.
But I don't know if it's
Not based on their looks, but based on because there's guys who I think are ugly bastards.
Aye.
But women are throwing themselves at them, and it's because of their personality or success.
Oh, do you mean like in real life?
No, just celebrities as well.
Who's an ugly bastard celebrity that women are throwing themselves at?
Ryan Gosling, not good looking man.
Yes, he is.
Really, we're gonna.
You don't think Ryan Gosling's good looking?
No, we're gonna talk about the shape of his face or his eyes. or
What's
anything.
wrong with the shape
I mean,
of
here,
his-
listen. It's oil painting, Kieran Bartlett, delivering truths.
What is
about-
wrong with Ryan Gosling's face? No, here's something I will say.
Here, is he brilliant and really funny? And do
Yeah.
I personally really like him?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But he's an ugly
Ryan.
guy.
But I don't think... Here's what I would say, and this is what I think. He's not classically good looking.
But there's different. It's a spectrum.
He doesn't look like a young Richard Burton. All right?
Richard Burton.
Don't say who's Richard Burton to me, Diona. There's going to be a fucking
Does he
rant
know?
here.
Does he know Ken Moy? Ken Moore.
Yeah, he's mates with Ken Moore.
So we're doing 45 minutes. And
Yeah. So hold on. So who else? So George Clooney. I can go. He has the
Yes, Brad Pitt.
He's the tall, dark, and handsome. I Chloe doesn't like Brad Pitt. Chloe thinks Brad Pitt isn't good looking.
I'll
But
tell you
loads of
what.
women think he is.
she's lying.
Yeah. I think
She's
she's
gonna
lying.
hurt your feelings.
I think she's lying about it. I've literally said she's lying about
Yeah,
that.
she's lying about
Who else?
What about the likes of Paul Mescal? Who's
Uh,
hot guy at the minute. But if I walked past him in the street in his GAA shorts, I would
yeah, we just think he's any culture.
ask him to bum me. Be like, bum me. No, I would just be like, here, there's just a guy who's just come from GAA practice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's because he got his wang out on normal people.
Well, here's some. There are also people who I don't think are good looking, but are striking.
Okay.
So I think Cillian Murphy is striking.
Yes, I
Like
agree.
he looks like a model.
It's bizarre. Cillian Murphy in Peaky Blinders, I would be like, bang me. Cillian Murphy anywhere else, I'd be like, cut my hair. He's like a hairdresser.
Cillian Murphy sitting bollock scrotum naked on on that cloth chair in Oppenheimer haunts me. Like that's
haven't seen that.
such a disgusting. All I can think, and this is a phrase I've used. It's sweaty sex balls on a cloth chair.
Do you see his balls?
No,
His scrotum?
He's sitting with his legs crossed, so you don't actually see the scrot.
They're doing
But,
a wee, what do you call that there? What's that film? Where your woman does the dit?
Basic
Instinct? Is it like that sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, he's got his wee his two wee neutrons are sitting on that cloth seat in the hotel room, and he's just after bucking some woman on what looks like a sweaty day, and it's I can't have him sitting on that. It's a foul. It's a low key foul scene. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like
That's the thing too, is, was there a sex scene in it? Did you see him sexing it?
yeah, you see him buck a few people, or maybe it's the same person.
It's always made out to be today more exciting on TV, isn't it? They just make it out to be more, you go to do it in your real life and you're all, that's not what I watched.
These are all your words, Diona. I know in our house we put on a show, like, you know what I mean? There's
King and Queen Twanky are giving a show.
Yeah.
You should do it for the fella.
We often do really well rehearsed dialogue before it as well.
Just Harry Potter impressions.
Like who's taking the bins out after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
But that's what I think about. That's how I know that Sean and I are very happily married. Is most of the time marriage is boring.
I don't know.
Do you know? Is it not boring but uneventful? Where like there's no drama.
Yeah, well, no drama's key.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas
No drama. Who sang that? There's a diva who sang that. No drama. Was that Mary J. Blige?
Mary J. Blige.
No drama.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that.
No. Ain't no drama.
Oh, I was like having Mary J. in
Ain't
the room
no
there.
drama.
I nearly shit myself there.
No. What is that? No more drama.
So 45 in
45.
Edinburgh. Where is that show, by the way?
Content House Loft.
The Loft.
I don't know where that is though.
It's in Edinburgh, and there's what time are you on it every day?
7:45 p.m.
And what days?
The 1st to the 7th, I think. And then Dave, I was supposed to be there a few more extra days. Dave Elliott's then going to be there in the same time for the last few days that I was supposed to do. He's doing a wee dabble, which is lovely to come to a couple of. I'm only doing a week, but he's then coming in the last couple of days.
And then you've also added.
And he's taking my bed that I'm hiring. Not hiring a bed. I'm renting a room.
Yeah.
I'm hiring a bed.
Hiring a bed sounds like what all those guys do in Taken. They're renting a bed, like.
They are renting a bed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hiring a full room. No, I'm renting a full room. And then I have a short window to wash the sheets before Dave comes. From all of the bumming.
So all those Edinburgh back to France, like, so another
That's
good,
the way they do it in Scotland.
another good recommendation.
And as I do it back to front, I'm going to do alphabet back to front whilst I'm being bummed. Z, X, Y. By the time I get to A, it'll be over.
There's go Gordon Ramsay street burger in Edinburgh. There's no back to fronts about that.
Yeah.
It's great. Also, where else is good number that we got? Oh, B Burger.
How many days were you there?
I did the full month.
The full
last
month.
year.
That's
So,
all right then.
B Burger. Oh no, I did all these back to back multiple times. So the B Burger is near everything. It's near like the Teviot and Pear Tree, and it's a halal burger place. It's
Yes.
fucking very filthy in there. Onion rings.
Go and remind me what halal is.
It's a technique.
Is it how the animal's killed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a type of drip drying blood from it.
Is it meant to be a more humane way
No,
or a
I think-
tastier way?
I think it's a religious way. Yeah. I think
What
it's-
is the
I think-
meaning behind it? Do you know?
I think it's the
I'm
way.
not trying to be offensive, I'm
no,
trying to learn.
The way Judaism has their ways of preparing it, and it's called kosher.
Yes.
Islam has their way of doing it, and it's called halal.
But do you know why? No, that's all right. I wanted to learn.
That
It was an
wasn't-
opportunity to
wasn't-
learn.
Wasn't on the syllabus in my TAGE GCSE RE course that I
Yeah.
did, which was very much you could get an A by writing Jesus for almost every answer.
Yeah.
What should you do if someone tells you they're struggling with something?
Talk to Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus, in that case, is a verb, a noun, and an adjective.
Yeah. Just get Jesus-y. But you're also doing Get MILF extra tour dates.
Yeah,
Where are you doing?
They're
And when?
Armagh Marketplace, Portico of Ards, June Portaferry. Do you not know there?
Oh, I know there.
Oh, I love there.
Do you want to get into this? Do you
I've
want
been
to
there.
get into it again? While we're doing it again?
The church.
Oh no, Silva.
Okay. Do you not like it? Did you have
no,
a bad
no,
one?
No, I'd agree. I was having an absolute screamer.
What happened? Kieran?
There was a fire, but
Oh yes, but there wasn't a fire.
but was there?
Was it just going that badly?
They say there's no
Someone
smoke
pulled the
without
alarm?
fire. I'll tell you this: there was no smoke.
So someone just
So
pulled
there
the
was no-
fire alarm.
7 minutes of the show left.
Maybe they saved your bacon.
Dead to me.
Was it the best 7 minutes too? Because the end is, isn't
It's
it?
literally the end.
I know,
People
I know.
don't know if I ever got my wedding suit. And they missed my last song.
Do you want to do your last 7 minutes to warm up for my hour?
I would if I was gigging right now, but
Oh, yeah,
I'm
okay.
not really gigging.
Talk to you in
what,
October.
What? Oh, is that when it is?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm still here, and I don't mean like I'm.
Yeah, you're
I
planning
mean like
on.
I mean like I might travel.
And then we're
If I'm
doing
feeling better.
Newcastle. I say wait, it's just me. It's only me on the stage. And then do Newcastle Cinema.
Oh, it's
Newcastle
good in
here.
there, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Right.
I'm actually doing there this week too for another gig. And then
So these extra dates are all in October.
Newton Abbey, there at the Mill. September, October.
Great.
Yeah. We just added four more dates on,
And then
that
you've got
will be the end of it.
your play on.
Sex in the City Hall is also going out around the same time, but I'm not going to be in Sex in the City Hall. But
Or
it's
you're producing.
yeah, just
Directing.
producing and writing.
Right.
Not directing.
Right.
Kieran Nolan's directing.
Oh,
it. Do you
yeah,
know
yeah,
Kieran
yeah.
Nolan? Yeah, he's directing it. He's very funny. I narcissistically am always in my own plays. I'm like, what? This one also stars a 35-year-old from Derry. That's wild. That's crazy. There's so many of them. It's just me playing every one. But this time I didn't write myself into it because the way we've timetabled it, the first week of rehearsals is the week that my daughter starts preschool.
Right. Okay.
And I want to just do the mum thing, and I want to take her there and like pick her up and hear about her day, all that shite. And I'm just like,
No, it's over.
I don't want to be in the play and miss out on her first week.
Yeah, fucking
So
right. Yeah.
I'll not get that time back. So that's why I've got actors instead, but they're all class. Actors, not me.
Chloe and I are considering getting a dog.
Not the same.
And when you talked about a child, it made me think that's the same.
That is, so many people do.
I'm joking.
I
I'm
have
fucking
had
around.
people-
I'm saying it because I know some people are
They do.
sitting, listening to this, watching this, going, "He's a fucking."
People,
It
I
makes me
have
laugh.
had people say, like, also be saying something, and they'll go, I know, like, I have to leave early and pick up the dog, and you're like,
It isn't
do
the same.
you know they live in the wild?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, a dog, if it absolutely had to, would take a shit and eat it.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
It would. So
Some kids
so
are
would
like
your
that.
kids. Yeah, absolutely feral. We
They'll
just...
eat- oh, I don't even want to talk. I was just about to say some kids eat their bogies, and then that's gonna
That's
gonna affect me more than it'll affect anyone else in this room.
Do you have a weak stomach?
For snatters, yeah.
Do you?
Do you know what it is? Some people would have done this in our school sometimes. A I mean, I'm only telling stories like this because I'm trying to be a normal guy, but because I'm such a prick. But some people used to do this. They would hackle on the inner handle of the toilets in our school because it was a pull door to get out of the
What's
toilets.
hackle?
Like a hawker, like a greener, like a big fucking
Pulling snots into
like
your
a
throat
like a
is
Peter
disgusting.
Stringfellow, right? Just fucking all over the back, right, of the handle, and so you would either have to touch snatters or wait for someone to open the door, and that was your way out. But then you would have to
Minging.
say to them, because you couldn't get the door.
Yeah.
It was a fucking heavy door.
That's like the
Disgusting.
perfect crime by hawking on all the doors so people can't get out because they don't want to touch the snots and then they just starve to death and die.
You just die. You're a
It's like
hostage.
the icicle death.
You're a hostage. It actually turns me thinking about that
So-
because I saw that so many times.
In my last place, when I set up, there was a whole section where I done boke noises. Now, it was only for about 10 to 15 seconds, but it was me like having morning sickness, so I was like, and I can do great boke noises, like
That was
really
pretty good.
guttural, like,
Mine's more of a.
yeah. But the director in the room, he has a weak stomach when he hears boke noises, and every day I'd be all like chugging, and he would just be all.
Those are pretty good book noises that you're doing. Really, way deeper than you think your
That I'd be
voice would be
capable
able
of,
to do.
yeah. And I would just see audience members sometimes be all, like, just go a wee bit green. It was
It's
like,
reminding me of that. There's a metal band that has like a. Well, they've changed singer now. I think they still have a female singer. Arch Enemy. They're like a fucking.
yeah.
And it used to be a woman. Yeah, it's two. They've had two female singers, but like the older one that used to do it had a real like
Dirty,
low
yeah.
fucking. You were like.
I wonder how they don't end up boking. If you do that for long
It's
enough,
not,
you will book.
you're doing it from a different part of your body than where your schnatzen sits. You know what I
Right.
mean? When you're doing that.
I love if they went to music lessons and the teacher's going, right, we're going to do it from a different part where your snots are. We're going to do it from
It
a
is though.
different...
It's literally like it's not in your. It doesn't come from your throat because you would blow your voice out. It comes
Yeah.
like from your diaphragm, your belly.
Yeah.
So it's actually that's why like you'll see a lot of singers that do that sort of thing when they're singing. They're totally like tense.
Tensed.
Do you know who's on? Well, it doesn't matter. We don't need to get into this because it's so niche. But Lorna Shore, look it up.
It's really good at...
Lorna
Vocal
Shore,
noises?
it's a band, but
Oh,
the
sorry.
guy, their singer.
Why do all these things have people's
I know
names?
Ken Moore and Lorna Shore. Lorna Shore have videos where he's like they've literally got like cameras down his throat and he'll do some singing, like some of the vocals that he does, and
Aye.
you can see what his vocal cords do, and it's fucking because you can see what a normal like if you're singing clean vocals, your vocal cords are all like, and then his are just going like that. And
That's
it's absolutely-
interesting.
It's mad. It's mad.
I'd
Great
like to
videos.
see colonoscopy as well on the other side
The
of that.
same like so like.
Someone
do-
like who does somebody does
like-
like a fart that goes like
Yeah,
and then
like
yeah.
you want to get like a vegan's colonoscopy,
Yes.
and then show like mine after a gig, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just like
after Bert's Burgers or where were you in
yeah,
Edinburgh?
B Burger.
B Burger.
Go to Bert's
Yeah.
Burgers.
And the fart and I'm like and some water would dribble.
Yeah. Oh, just a wee bit.
I want to
Just
see
a wee
that.
bit. I'm trying to think. I think that might be. Those are
All the
probably the
Rex.
best. Those are probably the best ones.
What
If
about
you-
if she fancied some mashed potato?
Never go there. Never go to the mash bar.
Okay.
It's not good.
I wouldn't imagine it
It's
would be.
it's just not good. I make better mash genuinely.
Do you remember Spud You Like in
Yes,
Belfast?
but I never went to it. I went into it with other people, never
Aye.
got anything.
It always blew my mind that after a night on
Sorry,
the pints,
I'm thinking. Where are we both thinking of
Shaftesbury
Spuds?
Square,
Spuds.
Spuds, not Spud.
Yeah,
You Like.
because Spud You Like was in. It was the baked potato
Castle
place
Court.
in Castle Court.
Aye, so Spuds. But blew my mind is you'd be in like like what was the bar called beside there, the nightclub? There was like where Benedict is.
Alibi.
But it was
Man-
before
M
Alibi.
Club,
M
M Club.
Club. You'd be on M Club,
Yeah.
a pound of drink Tuesday night, and people would leave and go get a baked potato.
Yeah.
That is the most
Isn't it? That's weird.
middle class
it's,
thing.
it's weird to be in like a kind
Yeah.
of environment,
What I need is some
which is what I
starch.
remember the music being in there. But maybe was it
I think it is, yeah.
fairly clubby and not like.
Do you know what happened to me in M Club one night?
Mm.
I was in there getting down and dirty on the dance floor, right? Having a great time. And I two bouncers came over, right? One on either of my elbows. And they were like, manager sitting on my elbows. Like, they came over and took me by the elbows and they went, can you come with us? And do you remember we used to get like spot prizes? Do you know, they'd be like, you want a bottle of Prosecco?
Yeah.
I was all, I got walked off and I was with my friends back and I think I've won a shot. They walked me outside and then just, you know, like the rope thing, but the rope were all, you're barred. And I was like 19 and I was all, what happened there?
Why did they
I'm a
bar you?
good person. And they were like, you're barred. They said that I punched a girl who worked there. I did not.
That's mental.
I was on the dance floor the whole time. I was all, what are you talking about? I didn't punch anybody.
Sorry, go ahead.
But what I think happened is I might have been dancing with like her boyfriend or something who didn't alert me to the fact that his girlfriend works there.
Or maybe did you just look like somebody who had punched her?
Punch? Maybe.
No, somebody who had punched her, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, aye.
And she's going, that's that cunt. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got chucked out and barred. Like, fell barred.
I got fucked out of the egg one time. My memory of this event, right, my memory of it, this was at a dark time in my life. I was drinking WKD, right? And my memory of this event is I was a bit drunk, but not too bad. Like, sober enough to remember what was going on and remember it well. So, like, this was, like, relatively early in the night as well. This was pre-midnight, like. And I had a WKD in my hand, and there was a group of people. There was a group of people in the bar, right? I don't need to go into any further detail. There was they were there having a social gathering.
We know what people do in bars.
No, they were all united by something, if you know what I mean. It would be like saying these people. Let's say these people.
Do you mean like a race?
No, Jesus, no.
A language.
It was
a language.
Well, no, it wasn't anything like that.
Are they going places and coming back from them?
No, it wasn't that either. But very good, right? No colours or anything were involved. No orange or anything, right? Wasn't that? They were just they were all united by something. That's all I can say.
A movement.
Let's say it was a political movement, right? And it wasn't, right? But let's say it was.
Okay.
They're all communicating, right, and all having a good time. And one of them absolutely walked into me, and I went forward like that with my drink, and a bit of it went on the floor. Now, it was a bottle, so it wasn't like, I didn't just go that. It was like that. Yeah. And I went, and I stood back up, continued drinking, chatting with my friends. Sorry, mate, we bumped into each other. It wasn't like malicious or anything. And then I really wish, I'm not, Joe, I'll tell you the real story after, and you can tell me if I should have just told it on here, but I don't think I can. But anyway, and then the next thing, I get the tap on the shoulder from the bouncer. Can you leave? And I went, why? And he goes, one of the bar staff said, she saw you just pouring your drink out on the floor. And I went, what are you on about? And he goes, she said, you know what you've done? You know, people have to clean in here. And I went, he fucking bumped into me. And I spilled some of it. And he goes, no, she said, blah, blah, blah. And I look round. And it was somebody who was in my year above me in school, who was always a wall to me in school. And I was like, ugh, right? And I was like, I know I definitely, see when shit like that is dropped on me and I'm being unjustly treated, I turn into my ma.
Yeah.
Do you realise how much money I've spent in here?
Yeah.
I have bought shot ladders for man and beast, right? Get in your box, twank. And I went, fine. And I went to drink my drink, and he took it off me. And I went, so I'm not finishing my drink then. And he goes, out. And I went, right. And I went over and went to grab my coat. It was sitting like we had like a wee bit of a booth where all our coats were sitting. I went to get my coat, and he put his hand on me. And I absolutely went, ugh. Like, you know, like fucking, I hulked and went, I'm getting my fucking coat, Emma! And then I grabbed my coat and went outside. None of my mates came out. I was standing outside texting, 10p at that time, right? 10p. I'm spending money. Being like, I've just been fucked out for no reason. Let's go to the bot. Let's fight the egg at their own game.
And you didn't, no one came with
no one, they were all like, oh, I didn't get your message. I'm like,
Oh, that's so sad.
I sense a lack of loyalty.
Were you still friends with them now?
No.
Were you all united by some sort of racism?
We were all united members of the Tesco tribe.
Right. Okay.
So I don't really see any of those people now because it was a specific group among the bigger group of Tesco. I'm still mates with a few lads out of Tesco, but not these ones. A
nicer story that happened to me in M Club one time before I got barred was went on a night
before
out.
I get barred.
No, still barred.
Yeah.
It's called alibi now, and it transferred across.
There's a picture of it. Yeah.
I went on one time and left with one shoe on, right? And walked home with one shoe on. I thought, pardon?
Like Cinderella.
It was Cinderella. But then I got home, I thought, hey, one of my feet were sore there. I've only got one shoe on. But these shoes, I had made them. No, they were normal. No, listen. No, they were shoes already. I'd been watching Johnny and Susanna and all.
Right. Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I got crafty.
Customized them.
I got crafty I went to Hobbycraft and I got some like fake flyers.
I got crafty.
Got some buttons and all, and like what do you call that there? Stuffy like pipe cleaners and all, and just like stuck them on, made a butterfly on the back. I customized my shoes. Joe, you're like, nobody else will have these.
Yeah.
Do you remember the brand of shoes that were mad looking in shoe? That were like heels, but they were all mad. Do you remember what you called those? I was trying to make a pair of them without the price tag, and because they're like 70 quid a pair, and I got like a wee cheap pair of stilettos at a Primark and customized them. But I came home with only one on.
Devastating.
And I was all, that other one's going to be in there. Because like, it's going to be in there. Where else? I didn't lose it on the way home. I'd have been all here 3 seconds ago. I was walking with 2 shoes on. Now I've got 1 shoe on. It must be nearby.
Yeah.
I've obviously left it in the bar somewhere, and I don't know how that would happen either. But so the next day, me and my friend went back down to ask for my shoe.
Oh my God.
So we had to wait until they were open for business again the next night. So the bouncers were at the door, and I was there, and I was all, here, listen, I left a shoe here last night. Is there like a shoe about? And I swear, all my life, ask my best friend, these 2 guys were standing beside us, went, is it a purple shoe with like fake flowers attached to it and like things stuck onto it? And like they told me about my Art Attack shoe, and I was all, yes. And they were like, we took that home. Do you know like fellas at uni go home with like
like a road sign.
Yeah, they're like cool, but they're like, look at all the shit we've collected. They have it on their windowsills and all, and they have like Buckfast with candles on it. Like they're mad.
Yeah.
So they took it home for their collection. So they had it in their house, and they were like, here, it's some bad shit. A car drove over it. So like the heel snapped off and it's in bits, but we have it in our house as like one of our stuff. So I married him.
Like an ornament, yeah.
But it was like a Cinderella story. I was like, I can't believe these guys have my shoe. But I never got the shoe back. I let them keep it.
What did you do with the other one? Did you just fuck it out?
Oh, it's in my collection of mad shit that I have. It's in a glass box.
Oh, good times.
That was how quick my
I don't miss going to places like that ever.
But I had to ask Sean recently, so do nightclubs still exist? Because I don't know anyone who goes to them.
No, neither do I.
But maybe that's our age.
No, but people our age were going when I was going.
They were.
Do you know what I mean?
Often 35-year-old men would approach me in a bar going, I found your shoe.
I see, because I worked in a couple of them for a long time. So like I worked in McCracken's and I worked in Box and one or two others like that were sort of clubs. Like I did that one. I did it once. What did you call that one? It used to be called the Edge when I was young. It's down by the river. Down.
Oh. No, I know. Aveeno.
What?
No, Aveeno was the moisturizer.
It's a name like that though. It's like a Visa or
Aveeno. Tavina.
Do you know it's down near Central Station?
I know what you're talking about. It had like 10 floors. It sounds like a vino.
Divino. Il Divino.
El Divino.
El Divino, right? We got there. I know.
Did you ever see EL and say Il?
No, like IL, I was thinking. You know, like
no, it was
Italian, right? So El Divino. I gigged in there one night, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, so it's like a club. And I was out on the veranda, darling, out on the balcony bit. Mm-hmm. And loads of people were out there watching. And I was playing the classics, like Sex on Fire and shit like that, right? And whenever me and Johnny used to have a thing called Dakota on Fire, which was a mashup of Dakota. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the, I don't know where I go when the booty shmeeny neeny meeny mony, right? And when that's going, then we're straight into.
Was that your Whitney Houston?
That hurts me. So we would mash those together, and I was in the middle of playing that, and the place was going absolutely fucking buck mad.
Class.
And people were jumping, and that balcony started to get a bit fucking, a wee bit bouncy, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm never playing here again.
Yeah.
And I finished the gig, and after that song, I had maybe about half an hour left. Mate, I was breaking out the cannonballs and the fucking, right, everybody, fucking, I know you're having a great time. calm the fuck down, though. Here we go. Here's Cannonball. Here's fucking...
Try and calm them down.
Yeah, here's fucking Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Calm the fuck down, right? Fast car. Here we go. Nice and slow, right? Fucking grim. And after the guy came over, because I was just covering for somebody. It's happened a few times to me where I would cover for someone and they would come over and go, do you want this residency? And I'd be like, perhaps. Sometimes I took it. Sometimes I didn't.
Did you take it in there?
I didn't take it in there.
It was on the shaky balcony. You're going to die.
I was just like, I don't want to cause deaths, nor do I want to be one. So I was never back. But I used to feel...
That is the same feeling when you have to take a toddler away from a kid's birthday party and they're off their baps. You just strap them into the car and drive away and you're just playing like...
I was going to say, get a bit of fucking Enya on the go.
Just to like fucking bring this back to 0.0.
Yeah, it was fucking mental. I don't really miss doing those sorts of gigs, but I really fucking don't miss being in clubs like that.
Not at all.
Because it was never...
They're disgusting.
It was never my choice to go to them. Like as a punter.
Yeah.
It was always somebody else going, it's Marty's birthday or it's fucking so-and-so are getting engaged. And so you're going down, you're like, why am I sitting in fucking stiff kitten?
Do you know what always concerned me? Is people who would go out to them places that are... only like designed to house absolutely stociously blocked people.
Yeah.
And like people who would go there sober and maybe have like a Diet Coke as a decorative thing in their hand.
Do you know who you're talking about right now?
Aaron
Butler.
I know. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And like they're just standing about like, and then they know like the next day they'll know what happened the night before.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone who's in that place doesn't know.
Everyone else is, they say in, what do you call it, don't they? And It's Always Sunny, that they've browned out.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as a blackout.
Yeah.
But they can't remember everything.
Yeah.
You've got pieces and you have to sit and go, I remember this happened, but I don't know why it happened. Somebody go, oh, it was because he fucking spilled drink on your shoe.
Yeah.
Etc. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's like, do you know what, getting that Wolf of Wall Street, do you know when Leonardo DiCaprio drives in the car and he thinks that like da-da-da and then the actual car's mangled and he had to climb out. It's like that's the two versions of that night.
One of the maddest things. Have I talked about this? The police dogs. Have I talked about that? There was a night me and Johnny were waiting on a lift coming to pick us up out of McCracken's, and this was maybe one of the nights where we stayed a wee bit later. The whole night wasn't over, but this was like in the dead of winter, like, so it was fucking cold. Like, we're standing waiting on a lift coming for us. It's maybe like 2:30 in the morning, like, and next thing these guys come running around the corner, you know. So we're standing at the entry to McCracken's, Joy's entry, and we're facing down towards the Northern Wig, and these guys come running around the corner at the Northern Wig, sprinting. And they get to where, like, Snappy Snaps or whatever the fuck it's called. They're in there, like, towards where the passport office is. And they start, then it's like, they look behind them, there's nobody coming. They fucking start walking. And they stand there, and one of them takes his phone out and phones a taxi. And everything seems normal. And everyone, like, there's maybe, like, 10, 15 people standing near us, waiting. Everyone's waiting on taxis or talking about where they're going to go next. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing, these two fucking police dogs come around the corner. And I mean...
Big dogs.
Like, these things are sprinting. And I have terrible fear of dogs anyway, but these are like killer wolves, right? Fucking bounding up the street. And I look at Johnny and I'm like going, are they gonna, what are these? Like, this is like something out of fucking Beauty and the Beast or something. And it was grim, and they just went for these two guys just straight away.
Were the police there too?
Went for them, and one of them grabbed one of them, like, I think, like, around the ankle, and the other one grabbed another one, like, at his wrist. And they're fucking squealing, and then the next thing, the police are coming, and the police are sort of, they weren't walking, but they weren't running either. It was a jog. I'm not sure if it's a soft J. They were just jogging a wee bit after these dogs, and these guys are fucking squealing, and people are going, oh my God, it's fucking mental, right? And me and Johnny are just standing there. This was at a time, I probably wouldn't get my phone out now either, but like I definitely didn't then. Just shitting myself and just standing there going, holy fuck. And it turned out that they'd been in some fucking there was a big mad scrap at like Ollie's or somewhere. And they'd run round out of it, and the police had set dogs on them for whatever reason.
That's wild.
Fucking crazy.
The scrapping that would happen in Derry after nights out, because all of the bars and clubs they're in a concentrated area, Shipkey Street.
Aye, that's fucking crazy.
Or there's the other one. There's like two concentrated areas where there's like 20 bars in a row, and everyone's they all pile out at the same time. You can't get a taxi for love nor money.
I have nothing against this place, but I hate the shortening of Bound for Boston.
To the Bound for?
I hate that word. Oh, we're going to the Bound for. Just call it the Bound for Boston. Call it Boston.
Yeah, but you just said Yog. for jog. Like, and that you didn't even shorten it. You just changed it.
No, but
for
that's
no
that's
reason.
an Anchorman joke. I'm doing banter from a movie.
Oh,
I'm not.
that's mad. Did you all get that?
It's my podcast. I'll do what I want. Yeah.
Oh, it only took an hour and 5 minutes for me to bring up dairy. That's mad.
Did you? Oh no, you definitely brought it up earlier. Yeah, you're talking about being 35 and from Derry. What?
Oh, I did.
What?
You fucking remembering?
You got the Anchorman banter? Thank you, Dan. See, people of mine and Dan's vintage know how funny I am.
Cool guys. Two cool guys. Two real cool guys.
Two cool guys. So check out Diona's show if you're over at Edinburgh. It's the first week of the Fringe. It's in the Loft. It's at 7:45.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute show. The cards are. It's called Got MILF,
Yeah.
and I've
Sex
never
and City
heard
Hall.
that phrase before.
Got
so-
MILF? Oh, well,
no, the cards are thing.
Oh, cards
no,
are.
Got MILF's funny, and you're doing extra tour shows in those different
yeah.
places in October. Links are all in the description. It's a great time. Thanks for coming in. Thanks
Thank
for being
you.
here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh no.